this is not a breakdown of the games directly that we want to jump off to be able to win that $30,000 tournament, but rather this is a breakdown more so in a kind of inside the mind, for lack of a better word, of my thought process of everything and how I go about improving to get to a level where I can compete with the best Madden players in the world. Now, what I'm going to start out with is kind of telling you guys my thought process and kind of my viewpoint on myself, where I sit as a Madden player and kind of compared to everybody else. So I always view Madden in comp rankings from the top 10 guys are in a tier by themselves, okay? And then about top 15 or so. These are all give and take. And then 15 through 45 are all really close to each other. All right, 15 through 45, 15 through 50 are all very close to each other. That is where I sit. Now, throughout the year, you guys obviously know I do YouTube, I stream, I have some side projects. If you guys, a lot of you guys know about my NCAA YouTube channel, which was like had nothing to do with Madden. Throughout the year, I focus on content the majority of the time. When I'm focusing on content the majority of the time, I sit around the 45-ish mark in terms of being a comp Madden player. I'm sitting somewhere in that range, right around there, of I am the 45th-ish best Madden player in the world. When I play comp, when I sit down for 2 weeks and I play comp and I take it very seriously and I'm doing all the right things, thinking critically about it, all that stuff, I move up, in my opinion, to around the 20 to 25 to 30 range. And I've proven that throughout the past 4 or 5 years when I've played in tournaments. And so really what I do around those times, the reason this happens is because to be able to compete with the big dogs, really, you need to know so much about the game. You have to have so much quick muscle memory. There's so many minor, minute details, and there's so many reps that you have to get that when I'm not focusing on those things, I'm just not that good. I'm just not good enough to be able to be there. There are some guys who are. A good one who I always think of when I talk about this is like TNC Fancy. He could not play the game for a month, pick up the game, and he is top 15, give or take, in the world. Consistently. He's just that good at the game. It's just who it is. It's just who he is. I am not quite that good at the game. When I really, for me to be able to beat Fancy, I have to be super locked in for a long period of time to be able to get to that. It's like training for like a boxer training, right? If I jump into the ring, I'm gonna get my ass kicked by Floyd Mayweather. But if I train for 6 months, I'll compete against him. Obviously, not the exact same thing, but you get what I'm getting at here, okay? And so what I'm kind of getting at here is that too good at Madden to be able to take the next level from wherever you naturally are, right? If I'm naturally sitting at that number 45-ish area, you have to put time in. You have to put effort in, and you have to be you have to be critical and critically think about the things that you are doing in Madden to get better at the game. So let's say you sit at the 500, around 500 or so area, right? And you want to get into that top 250, which is a very good place to be. It means you're one of the best Madden players in the world when you think big picture. You have to sit down. You have to get the correct reps. You have to critically think about your play calls, critically think about everything here, and really practice, right? No different than an actual sport. You have to actually practice and put time in, effort, energy, all that stuff in. That's what I always have to do. And some of the big things that I do when I do this is, first and foremost, optimizing my play calls, okay? There are so many, there's so many just bad plays in Madden, right? Literally plays that just don't work. But then there's so many bad plays against specific metas. A really great example of this I'm going to talk about is Dollar. To beat Dollar, you essentially need to be running play action on the majority of your plays. Play action blocks Dollar better than anything else. There's also a lot of small details inside of that, but really generalizing this, play action, really good against Dollar. So if you're calling bunch verticals a lot, right, and you're blocking the halfback, you are not calling the most optimal play against Dollar. Rather, PA read from bunch is far, far, far better. Your rate of success on a per-play basis increases dramatically when you call PA read and have the correct setup from that than when you call verticals and have the correct setup from that. And you can have, even in this situation, you have the same route combo from gun bunch verticals as gun bunch PA read, but PA read is going to do way better because play action is way better than not play action in a standard drop back against Dollar, for example. That's something you pick up on by talking to people, by listening, by watching my videos, for example, by talking to comp guys, right? And a lot of you guys have, I get told a lot, right? I'm very fortunate that I got into the Madden community and I was able to make some good friends and we all end up getting comped together basically, and so I have those connections. A lot of you guys obviously don't have that. I'm not an idiot, I recognize that, and that's what a lot of my videos are for, is kind of discussing those comp secrets and just kind of talking about them, right? That's really what a lot of my breakdowns are. That's what a lot of my gameplay videos are on this channel. I mean, this entire channel, we have 300 something daily days of daily uploading, and almost every single day I am trying my best to educate every viewer on some of those minute details as I learn them, right? Because honestly, a month ago, I didn't realize how important play action was to beating Dollar, but now if you watch me play, watch my recent gameplays, almost every single play is play action. Why? The blocking is significantly better in this game than without it. And so optimizing your play calls, let's say this play call has an 80% chance of succeeding on any given down, right? But then you find a play that has a 85% chance, right? And maybe, let's say verticals has like a 60% chance of completing a pass, and PA read has an 85, right? You want to only call PA read for the most part, right? Or plays like that. You want to optimize each individual play call. I see so many wasted plays throughout a game by people, and it's like, man, what are you doing? You are wasting this first down. Wasting first down leads to a harder second down. Let's say you get bagged on second down, and then on third down, you just get cheated. The ball hits you in the face or something, and just like that, you're on fourth down, all because you wasted one of your plays. Every play is so valuable in a set of downs. And if you're playing lesser opponents, you're just dicking around online, right, just having fun, who cares, right? But when you're playing comp and we're talking about getting better at the game, you have to every play call has to be optimized. You have to be using the best possible plays, or else you're wasting play calls, and it will cost you in the the overall progression of a game. It will cost you at some point if you don't optimize your play calls. That is a huge deal. The next thing, reps. And reps does so much for you. Literally reps in playing a friend, in playing in tournaments. There's all types of tournaments going on all the time. Hell, I'm hosting a $500 tournament for next-gen Xbox and PlayStation on May 27th and 28th for Civil GG members. If you're a Civil GG member, you get into the tournament for free, and this will be one of the most high-pressure games of Madden that you will be a part of probably ever before. Most people playing in it will never have played in a tournament or played in very, very few tournaments. And the reason that's important is because you want to get better at the game, you have to put yourself into situations, right? If you're playing, let's say you're playing high school football, and you guys only do individual drills, and you never do a team scrimmage, when you get out into a game on Friday night, you're gonna get your teeth kicked in, right? Obviously, you have to get games, and you have to get reps in, you have to get scrimmages in, whatever you want to call them. And head-to-head can be that as well. Playing your buddies can be that. Playing in tournaments can be that, right? Because there's a lot of free tournaments going on all the time. Again, I have one with Civil GG members. All of those things are things that you get reps in, and it gets your muscle memory down. It lets you think less and just be more natural about it, right? Because the last thing you want to do is get to the line of scrimmage or snap the ball and be thinking. You want to just be reacting. You see this defense, you know what you want to do already. You snap the ball and you see this corner bail, you already know you're quick hitting that flat with a high ball, right, instead of a regular throw, because the high ball is going to give you a better rack animation. Why do you know that? Because you watch my videos and you play the game, and you've been able to experience that because you're getting reps in. Reps is so huge. If you just pick up the game and go, oh, I'm just going to play, you're going to get dicked down. Little fun fact for you guys. Every offense that I have ran since Madden 20 that I have been known for, even bunch tight end last year, right? Because people forget that Escape Artist bunch tight end came in December, is when King Derrick Henry came in and Escape Artist went crazy. I was running bunch tight end from September to then, right? And there was multiple times, it's very arguable that I had the most explosive offense last year, and it's just the fact of the matter. I'm very fortunate to be able to say that. The fact of the matter is, though, I almost left bunch tight end numerous times because I'd get frustrated, something wasn't making sense, something wasn't working, whatever, and all I needed was to get more reps, was to sit down and critically think, right? So if you just load up the game and you're like, oh man, I'm going to try playing like a pro player today, I'm going to try getting better at the game today, and you get your teeth kicked in, relax, right? Ask yourself, one, are you running good formations? Are you doing the correct things? If yes, then think a little bit harder, figure out what is going wrong. What are you doing incorrectly? Are you getting all your routes, are they all getting KO'd? because there's an easy solution to that. Just click on, hold Y, pass lead it down, and you'll be able to swerve the KOs. You see me do it in my gameplays all the time, right? There's always little things that you can do. If you remember me playing in Mutthead League about two and a half months ago or so, I had a huge issue in the early beginning of the year where all of my routes would get KO'd. And eventually what I found out is, there's actually things I can do to avoid that and to make it less frequent and make it happen less. And I think it's again, just the thing you get from playing reps and really, really identifying the game and learning the game. I think it's such a huge, huge deal. You have to know what the meta is and how you're going to combat it in Madden as well. And again, I told you about the play action against Dollar, which is the most popular defense, and play action in general is really, really good. It helps a lot of the little disengage blitzes and all that stuff. You have to understand what the meta is, and you have to have a game plan for it. And it comes with, if you want to be able to beat the meta and win the majority of games online, you have to identify what is it and what are its weaknesses. Every meta I've ever seen in Madden since I've started playing this has had a huge weakness. They all do. Everything has a weakness. Everything is susceptible to something, right? For the overwhelming majority of the time, right? DB Fire, it's so easy to beat DB Fire in Madden 23, and at the same time, it's so easy to run DB Fire at a high level. Spinner, so easy to beat Spinner right now. Also, you can run Spinner at a high level. There's counters to everything in Madden, okay? There genuinely is. Something I've noticed about myself is it's very funny. I talk about it with some of the guys I play with. Is as I get better, right? As I lock into Madden and I get better competitively, where I focus and I lab and whatnot, I find myself getting luckier, which is really stupid, but it's 100% true. And I find myself blaming the game less and less as compared to when I'm not as good at the game. And while it's like, oh, Civil, you just think you're better because you're getting luckier and you're getting less unlucky, maybe that's a part of it. But the fact of the matter is, very rarely do you see Henry go, oh my gosh, this game is the worst thing ever. It's cheating me. Henry's good enough to where he really just doesn't get cheated a ton, or it just doesn't affect him to that high level. And when we watch Henry play, when we have some of his breakdowns, we're like, man, it seems like Henry's kind of getting lucky right now. And does he get lucky sometimes? Certainly, we all do. But he's just so good at the game that he genuinely just has more fortunate things will happen for him as well. He puts himself in more of those situations. It really is a thing. It's hard to articulate, but it genuinely is a thing. As you get better at the game, and as you will literally get a little bit luckier and luckier and luckier. There's nothing that Madden or EA is doing that is making you or me get effed more than the next guy. As hilarious as it feels, or as terrible as it feels when you're the dude getting effed, you are, like, over the course of a year, me and you are getting effed the same, brother. I promise you. And it's on you to get better, to be able to overcome those things, to learn why they're happening, and to avoid them. A lot of getting effed in Madden, you can avoid. For a big one is the ball hitting me in the face. I used to be the worst about the ball would hit me in the face constantly. If you watch my games, it really doesn't happen that often anymore. Really, ever. Knock on glass. I have a glass desk. But knock on glass, it really doesn't happen very often. Very rarely do you see me actually have the ball hit me in the face anymore. Whereas before, it'd literally do it like 2 or 3 times a game. And the 2 or 3 times a game, I would literally sit there and be like, this is so effing stupid. This is stupid. This game sucks. And while, yes, the game does suck for the ball hitting me in the face, there were things I could do to prevent to lower the chances of that happening, and I do those things now. And is it annoying? Can you disagree with the fact that that's a thing? Yes, I do. But again, we play the game that we're laid, right? We can sit here and bitch all day, and trust me, I do plenty of it. Or we can just adapt to the game slowly and just get better at it, and you will have less unluckiness happen, and you'll have more luckiness happen to you. I guarantee you, as you get better at the game, it just really, really does work out like that. Next thing really that really helped me win this jump-off tournament was, one, building up some confidence beforehand, where I'm such a, for me personally, I think a lot of other people are like this too. I'm such like a rhythm player. I'm like J.R. Smith. Where, dude, once JR or Nick Young, once Nick Young sees a couple threes bang down, right, he hits them, he's on fire the rest of the night. He's feeling good. But if he misses those first 2 threes, dude, he's done for the day. And I really am pretty similar to that, and I think a lot of people are. Once I get going confidence-wise, whether it's even in Madden, a social situation, whatever it is, I do way better, right? So get confidence, get rolling a little bit, start feeling good, and then you'll be able to keep it going a little bit better, right? Somehow you gotta find that confidence, and then it makes it easier when things go bad. When you watch the video of me breaking down some of the jump off tournament, you'll see I have things go against me. I mess up, and I also get unlucky certain parts, and I'm like, geez, dude, like, I mean, this is awful situation in a really big game, and I'm able to overcome it, and I'm able to win that. I'm able to win the game still. A lot of people, and especially myself, we get down early in a game, we see that first three-pointer miss, right? And we go, we lost. GG's. Reality of it is Madden, these are long games in Madden, and if you make a mistake early or you get unlucky early, right? You fumble or something, there is the entire game left to where that same thing can happen to the other player. When I played Maze, which we don't have any footage of me playing Maze, sadly, we talked about it. So he won't mind me talking about it. He threw, or I caught a touchdown that I should not have caught. It was bad. He should have gotten a stop. I caught the touchdown. I immediately go up 7-0 on him. He talked to me afterwards saying that he let that kind of get in his head, and he was frustrated the whole rest of the game, and it really affected him playing. And I don't doubt that at all, because I've seen the same thing happen to myself and other people, and you just can't let that happen. And obviously, I love Maze, so I'm just using his situation as an example, because he would say the same thing to you guys. You can't let that thing happen to you. It's a huge deal, man. Really, hopefully you were able to take some sort of insight from this, some sort of really anything from this. I love comp Madden. I love getting people better at Madden, and these things are important for trying to get better at Madden. I think everything I said here genuinely is and are big things that I've used to get better at Madden. The other thing with the reps thing, by the way, is it just gets you more comfortable with the game, man. It helps you really just settle down. And once you get so many reps, things become so second nature to you. It helps so much, man. Good quality reps. But yeah, boys, you enjoy, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And if you haven't joined my tournament yet, make sure you join my tournament, man. You're watching this video all the way through. Join the tournament. You like Comp Madden. I like Comp Madden. It's going to be streamed by me. Let's get it, boys. Look, if you're tired of losing games of Jump Madden Football, my website, civil.gg, will give you the tools you need to start winning more games immediately. Between having the best ebooks online on both offense and defense, tips that are known by only the top 1% of Madden players, and a community of people just like yourself who are also trying to get better, code PREMIUM will get you 25% off, and you'll get instant access to literally everything. It's linked in the top of the description. I've been playing professional Madden for the past 4 or 5 years now. I've helped thousands of Madden players win more games, and I can help you too. Again, link top of the description. I'll see you inside.